Welcome back, everyone. You're tuning into another episode of Learn English with Ease. I'm Max,
And I'm Zoe.
and as always, we're here to give you some of the best tips and tricks for your English learning journey.
Many of our listeners have written to us saying how much the podcast has inspired them to learn English.
That always makes me happy. But some also said something that made me pause.
What was it?
They said, I want to practice speaking English, but I don't have anyone to talk to.
Ah, yes, that's such a common problem. I felt that too when I started learning French.
Same. It can be frustrating to know you need to practice but have no one to speak with.
But no worries. Today we're here to help you fix that. Let's look at ways to practice speaking English even if you don't have a partner.
Let's do this. Remember, it's all about small steps toward big confidence.
Before we dive in, I want to share a story from one of our listeners. Maria from Colombia wrote to us last week.
Oh, I remember that email. Tell everyone what she said.
She said she's been studying English for 2 years, knows lots of vocabulary, can read well, but when she tries to speak, nothing comes out.
That's so relatable. She knows the words in her head but can't get them out of her mouth.
Exactly. And she lives in a small town where nobody speaks English, so she felt completely stuck.
But here's the good news. By the end of today's episode, Maria and everyone listening will have at least 10 different ways to practice speaking English alone.
That's right. And some of these methods are so effective, you might actually prefer them to speaking with a partner.
Let's start by understanding why speaking feels so much harder than reading or listening.
Great question. When you read or listen, you're passive. But speaking requires you to actively create language in real time.
It's like the difference between watching someone cook and actually cooking yourself.
Perfect analogy. Plus, when you speak, you have to think about pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, and meaning all at the same time.
And there's the emotional factor too. Speaking makes you vulnerable because people can hear your mistakes.
Right. When you write, you can edit. When you speak, it's immediate and permanent.
That's why so many learners have what we call speaker's block. They know what they want to say, but freeze up.
And without a speaking partner, they think they're doomed to stay silent forever. But that's absolutely not true.
In fact, some of the most effective speaking practice happens when you're alone
Why is that?
because you can focus entirely on your own improvement without worrying about keeping up with someone else or feeling embarrassed.
Plus, you can repeat the same sentence 50 times if you need to, and nobody will judge you for it.
Let's talk about what actually happens in your brain when you practice speaking alone.
Oh, this is fascinating. Tell us about the neuroscience behind it.
When you speak, you're using multiple parts of your brain: the language centers, motor skills for mouth movement, and working memory to organize thoughts.
So, speaking is like a full brain workout?
Exactly. And here's the cool part. Your brain doesn't actually know the difference between speaking to a person and speaking to yourself.
Really? So, practicing alone is just as effective.
In many ways, yes. Your brain is still forming the neural pathways for English speech. Every time you practice, you're strengthening those connections.
What about the listening component? Don't you need feedback from others?
Feedback is helpful, but you can give yourself feedback too. When you record yourself and listen back, You're training your ear to catch your own mistakes.
And there's something called self monitoring that happens when you speak alone. You become more aware of your pronunciation and grammar.
That's right. Plus, solo practice builds what linguists call automaticity, the ability to speak without having to think about every word. Zoe, why do you think learners struggle to speak when they don't have a partner?
First, fear. Even if they know the words, they're afraid of making mistakes.
Yes, and when they finally try to speak, nerves make them forget everything.
Also, some don't want to speak with strangers or don't know where to find partners.
That makes sense. So, what can they do instead?
I have a few tips. First, try online language exchange platforms like Tandem or HelloTalk.
I love those. You chat with real people, sometimes even native speakers.
And you get feedback on your speaking. Super useful.
I also suggest joining online speaking clubs. There are lots on Facebook or Discord.
Those clubs hold voice chats or video calls. It's fun and supportive.
But what about shy people?
Good point. For them, I recommend practicing with AI chatbots like ChatGPT or Replica.
They're like virtual friends. No pressure, just friendly conversation.
Exactly. You can practice anytime, even at 2 a.m. in your pajamas.
But let's be honest, even these solutions require some level of interaction with others, which might still be intimidating for some people.
That's true. So let's focus on methods that are completely solo, but still incredibly effective.
Let's start with the most powerful solo technique, talking to yourself about your day.
This sounds simple, but it's incredibly effective. Every morning, tell yourself what you're going to do today. In English, of course.
And every evening, describe what you actually did. Start with simple sentences like, I woke up at 7 a.m., I had coffee, I went to work.
As you get more comfortable, add details and emotions. I woke up feeling tired because I stayed up too late watching Netflix.
What I love about this method is that you're talking about real things. So the vocabulary is immediately useful.
And you can do it anywhere while cooking, walking, or even in the shower.
Another powerful technique is describing what you see around you. Look around your room right now and describe everything in English.
Start simple. I see a blue chair. There's a lamp on the table. Then get more descriptive. The old wooden chair has been in my family for years.
This builds your descriptive vocabulary and helps you think in English instead of translating from your native language.
And here's a fun one: pretend conversations. Imagine you're ordering food at a restaurant or asking for directions.
Play both roles. Be the customer and the waiter. Ask questions and answer them.
This prepares you for real life situations. When you actually need to order food in English, you've already practiced.
Now, let's talk about some more advanced techniques for confident speakers.
First up, the news reporter technique. Pick a topic and pretend you're reporting on it for TV news.
This is so fun. You can report on your own life. Good evening, I'm Max, and today we're reporting live from my kitchen where I successfully made pancakes without burning them.
That forces you to use different tenses and formal language structures.
Another advanced technique is the debate method. Pick a topic you care about and argue both sides with yourself.
Like arguing whether pizza or pasta is better.
Exactly. First, spend 5 minutes arguing for pizza. Then switch and argue for pasta. This builds your ability to express opinions and use persuasive language.
What about storytelling? That's great for practicing past tense and narrative skills.
Yes, tell yourself stories from your childhood, retell movies you've watched, or even make up fictional stories.
And here's one that really challenges you. Try explaining complex topics simply. Can you explain how a smartphone works to a 5-year-old?
That's brilliant. It forces you to use simple, clear language and really understand what you're saying. Let's share some solo practice tips. My favorite is shadowing.
Shadowing. Listening to native speakers and repeating what they say, right?
Exactly, like copying a podcast or TV show line by line.
Even if you don't understand everything, your mouth gets used to English sounds.
That helps with pronunciation and rhythm. What else do you do?
I record myself speaking and listen to it. It's weird at first, but super helpful.
I do that too. You notice your mistakes and improve faster.
And don't forget media. Watch English shows, listen to music, and talk about it.
Yes, it builds vocabulary and gets you thinking in English.
Also, try joining English groups on social media to ask questions and get tips.
Let me add more details about shadowing because it's so powerful. There are actually different types of shadowing.
Tell us about them.
First, there's complete shadowing. You repeat everything word for word, even if you don't understand it. This is great for pronunciation and rhythm.
Then there's selective shadowing. You only repeat certain words or phrases that you want to practice.
And finally, delayed shadowing. You wait a few seconds before repeating, which helps with comprehension and memory.
For recording yourself, start with reading aloud. Read news articles, book passages, or even social media posts out loud and record it.
Then listen back and compare your pronunciation to native speakers. Don't be too harsh on yourself, just notice the differences.
And here's a pro tip: record yourself having phone conversations with imaginary people. Practice calling to make appointments, ordering takeout, or asking for information.
Let's talk about the amazing technology available for solo speaking practice.
Yes, there are so many apps and tools now that make practicing alone incredibly effective.
First up, speech recognition apps. These can tell you if your pronunciation is correct.
Apps like Speechling or Elsa Speak analyze your pronunciation and give you feedback on specific sounds.
What about AI conversation partners?
Those are game changers. Apps like Andy or Replika let you have full conversations with AI. They're patient, available 24/7, and never judge you.
And voice recording apps are essential. Most phones have built-in voice recorders, but apps like Otter can also transcribe what you say.
That's amazing. So you can see if the app understood what you said correctly.
Don't forget about YouTube. You can find pronunciation guides, speaking exercises, and even follow along conversation practice.
And podcasts like ours. You can pause, repeat sections, and practice speaking along with the hosts.
Here's something cool. Some people create their own YouTube channel or TikTok account and post speaking practice videos for themselves.
That's brave. But it could be really motivating to track your progress over time.
Plus, you might get helpful comments from other learners or native speakers.
Let's address some common problems people face when practicing speaking alone.
First obstacle: I feel silly talking to myself. This is so normal.
Everyone feels weird at first. But remember, you're not crazy. You're learning. Athletes talk to themselves. Actors practice lines alone.
Think of it as mental training, like rehearsing for a performance.
Second obstacle, I don't know if I'm making mistakes. This is where recording becomes crucial.
Record yourself, then listen with fresh ears the next day. You'll hear things you missed in the moment.
Third obstacle, I run out of things to say. Keep a list of topics on your phone.
Talk about your hobbies. Describe your favorite movie. Explain how to make your favorite food. The possibilities are endless.
Fourth obstacle, I don't have time. But you probably have small pockets of time throughout the day.
Practice while commuting, cooking, or walking. Even 5 minutes helps.
And fifth obstacle, I'm not improving fast enough. Remember, progress in speaking is often invisible at first.
It's like building muscle. You don't see changes day by day, but over weeks and months, the improvement is dramatic. Time to boost your vocabulary. First word, communicate. What do you think it means?
It means to share ideas, like when we talk or text each other. Next up, platform. A platform is like a website or app where people connect, like Zoom or Tandem.
Nice. How about native?
Someone who was born speaking a language, like a native English speaker.
Fourth word, stranger. A person you don't know, like your neighbor's cousin's cousin.
Yes, and pressure. That's the stress we feel when we're nervous or people expect too much from us.
Awesome job. Listeners, pick one of these words and use it in a sentence in the comments. Zoe, here's a fun question for you. Why do you think people forget grammar when they speak?
Because they're nervous. Fear makes your brain go blank sometimes.
Totally. Next question for me.
Sure, what would you do if you were too shy to join a speaking club?
I'd start by talking to an AI chatbot. No judgment, no stress.
Listeners, now it's your turn. What makes you nervous when speaking English?
And what would help you feel more confident? Let us know in the comments.
Here's another question for reflection. What's one conversation you wish you could have in perfect English?
And what's stopping you from practicing that conversation right now, alone in your room? Before we wrap up, let's help everyone create their own speaking practice routine.
Great idea. Where should someone start if they want to begin practicing speaking alone?
First, choose one technique that appeals to you. Don't try to do everything at once.
Maybe start with describing your day or shadowing a favorite YouTube video.
Exactly. Then set a realistic schedule. Even 10 minutes a day is better than an hour once a week.
And make it a habit by connecting it to something you already do. After I brush my teeth, I'll practice speaking for 5 minutes.
Track your progress somehow, maybe a simple calendar where you mark days you practiced.
And be patient with yourself. Speaking skills develop slowly but surely.
Most importantly, have fun with it. If it feels like punishment, you won't stick with it. Well, that wraps up today's episode on how to practice English speaking without a partner.
Remember, the key is consistency and confidence. Speak a little every day.
And don't let fear stop you. Use AI tools, shadowing, and recording to keep improving.
Keep your goals visible and celebrate your small wins. They matter.
If you want more help, grab the free PDF in the description. It's packed with tips and exercises.
And we want to hear from you. What method are you going to try this week?
Leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
To Maria from Colombia and everyone else who feels stuck, you're not stuck. You just haven't found the right method yet.
Try one technique from today's episode this week, just one, and let us know how it goes.
Remember, every native speaker started as a beginner. Every fluent speaker was once where you are now.
Your English speaking journey is unique to you. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to others.
Until next time, keep speaking, keep smiling, and keep learning. See you soon.
And remember, your voice matters, and your English will get better every time you use it.
Thanks for spending this time with us. We believe in you.